Welcome to the JavaScript tutorial, and today we'll discuss about polyfill of reduce method and we'll do some reduce exercise. So what is reduce method? Already I had a discussion about reduce method in array session. If you guys don't know about it, please go there and check it out. I'll give a short description about reduce method. The reduce method runs a callback function on all the array elements and accumulate into single value. Every time the return value of a callback function is passed into the callback function and accumulate the result, the final value of the accumulated result is the return value of the reduce method. We'll take some example, then we'll try to understand how reduce works. Then we'll write the polyfill of the reduce method. I'm taking one example, let array constant array. I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the reduce method takes two arguments. One is previous value and the current value. Okay. With that, it also can take the optional initial value. So now I have to find out the sum of all the elements. Okay. How can I find it out? With the reduce method. So I'm writing the reduce method. This is the sum result array dot reduce. Then in here, see, I have to, this is the callback function. I have to pass previous value and the current value. So I'll say previous, then the current. You guys can give any name. Okay. Then this is the callback function. I'm returning what? What I need to do? Prev plus current. Okay. I have to return this value. Whenever I'm returning this value, okay. So whenever I'm returning this previous plus current value, it will be stored in the previous. If I want to give any initial value, then I can pass it here. Either I give you initial value 0 or 1, whatever you want to give. But whenever I'll give 0 value, that means the reduce method will start from the array first index value. If I'll give nothing, then by default the reduce method will take initial value as the first index of array's value. So now I'll see the output of S, the node, then polyfill is giving 21 is correct, because if you'll do the sum of all the elements, it will give 21. See, if I'll give 1 here, then see the result. What will happen? It is giving 22, because so if you'll initialize with 1, that means already I'm storing 1 in the previous, then 1 plus this current will be the first index of array's value. In that way, it will go to the till the end of the array. Okay. If I'll give nothing, it will take automatically the first index of array's value as previous value. Okay. Now you can give some console, then you can understand what is going on. Console log. I'm giving prev, then current. Okay. See 1 2, because this is the 1 2. Then 2 plus 1 3. Then it will be like 3 3. Yes. Then I'm storing 3 plus 3 means 6. 6 will be stored in prevs. Then 6 4. In that way, we are accumulating the data and it is giving the final value of the reduce method. If the reduce method is not present in the old browser or any new browser, then you have to write the polyfill for the reduce method. How can we write the polyfill of the reduce method? Think about it. I'll use array because this is the array method, right? And I have already discussed the array object function. They have their own property and it is called prototype. So I'm using prototype here, and I'll use create reduce method. Okay, writing a function here. Yeah, now I'll check what is this here. Okay, console.log, then this. Let's see. I'm just commenting out. This is the array, right? I'll just write the same thing here, give different name here, s1. I'll just print s1 here. Okay, let's see what happened. What is this meanings to here? Oh, okay, I have to use the create reduce method here. Sorry. So see, it's giving the array. Now I'll store like array equals to this. Fine. Now I'll check if I'll pass some argument here, then what happens? So argument means it's a basically callback function. We can say this is the function. Basically, this function we are passing to this method. So it's been storing here. So the argument is a callback function. Now I'm giving the callback function like this, CV. Okay. Now if I'll pass another argument, if I'm passing something one, then what happens? Okay, this will be the arguments, and this will be the CV callback. We can see this is the callback function, and this argument is one, right? Just we have to understand what is the definition of the reduce. So first we'll check if we are passing the argument or not. If we are passing the argument, then this is the initial value. If we are not passing the argument, that means the first index of array is the initial value. I'll just declare initial value like this. And I'll give if argument is there, that means the initial value is the argument one. If is not, it's like undefined. Okay. If this is not undefined, then initial value will be this. Otherwise, the initial value will be the array first index value. Now we need to run this callback function on each and every array elements. So for that I have to write a loop, right? Let I equals to 0, then I less than array dot length, then I plus plus, then I'll call this function. But before that we have to understand, if we are using the initial value as array first index, then we should not start the array with 0 index again, right? So I'll just give initial index. If this is not defined means, right, then the initial index will be 0. If we are not passing anything, then the initial index will be 1. This initial index we are assigning to I. Now we have to store this value, right? I just declare one variable again, store value. I'm storing the value, and what I am doing, I have to pass here two parameters because this is the callback function. The callback function means this function. So in this function there is the two parameters, previous and current. Current I can pass like a array I, that is fine. But what we can pass here, we have to pass previous value means whatever we are storing, that also you have to pass. We have to pass the store value. But if you pass the store value, nothing is defined here. So initially we can assign the store value as the initial value, right? Then we have to return the store value. So this is the polyfill of reduce method. Now we can test. It's giving 22 because I'm passing here 1. Let's give 0 here. Let's see. It's giving 21. If I don't give anything, let's check what happened. It's giving 21. Now I'll do one thing. I just reduce it to 1 to 3. And this also I'll just write here. I'll check reduce or create reduce is working fine or not. So I'll give S here. This is both the value. Now I'll give some multiplication. Let's see what happens. Giving 6 is correct. If I'll give something, let's say 0 here. 0 means it will take multiplication with 0 means it will give 0, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's giving 0. That means it's fine. I'll take another example like red array 1. In here I'll take object like name Avi. Then I'm giving oh, payment 10,000. Then Krishna name is Krishna. Then I'm giving payment is 80,000. Okay. Then I'll check name is Ritu and I'll give the payment 20,000. Now I need to find out the average payment for the employees. For that we can use the for loop or the for each loop to find all the payments. Then we can accumulate all the payments and we can find the average, right? But if I use the reduce method, then how can we do that? First I'll check with the reduce. Okay. If I don't give any initial value, that means it will take this as the initial value. That means if I say like okay pre dot payment, then plus current dot payment, right? In that way, if you'll write the solution, then it will throw an error. Let's see. Yeah, because I never the first time we are getting 10,000. Okay, that is fine. But the next time it will try to find out 10,000 dot payment. That means it's come undefined. The undefined plus it will give current dot payment means it will give me 80,000. Then it will throw an error. This NaN means not a number basically. Now if I'll do like this, then let's see what will happen. Okay, 0 already stored, then 0 payment. Let's see console.log div, then current 0 1. Why 1? Oh, this is the array 1. Sorry, I have to use this array 1. See, it's giving me this. It is giving me 1,10,000, right? So I got the sum for all the payments. Now I can find the average. Constant average equals to S by how many employees are there? 1, 2, 3, right? That we can say array1 dot length. Then we can find the average also. Yes, this is the average and this is the total sum. So we have used the reduce method here. How can we'll solve polyfill of reduce? Let's see. It will give the same data or not. I'm just commenting this average as of now. It's giving 6 because I'm not using array1. Okay, it's giving 9 because I'm not using this. Let's see. Object, there's this because I'm not passing here anything. Yeah, so it's giving me the same value. So that means our polyfill is working. So that's is the basically the polyfill of the reduce method. Now we'll take some polyfill exercise. Okay. So like what will be the exercise? I have taken already one example. This is the example. So from this example, you have to find out the occurrence for each and every elements. Means the output will be तो क्या करना है basically? Let I is the initial step. First, I will try to see if reduce is working for this example or not. Then we'll use the create reduce polyfill. Okay. Now I have to flat this sub arrays into arrays, right? I can use flat. Then I can use reduce method. Let's see what comes. Deep, then current. I have to check that the output is an object. So that means I have to give the initial value as an object. So the prev is an object. Okay. Now I'll check if the prev I initialized as an object. If the current value is a, if something is there, and this is the current value is there. That means I'll just incrementing here. Else I just initialize with 1. Okay. Then I'm returning prev. Let's see what it gives. It is giving me a, so this is a1 b1 c2 d2. So prev as defined as an object, right? Object. So object of current, so now current value is the a. प्री ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ ए, ऑब्जेक्ट के अंदर कोई ए नाम का कोई की है नहीं है. So it will come to the else part. Then object of a, it will just assigning 1 to that key. So it will come like a object. This is the object right now. It will come like a is a key. Then it coming like a 1, right? Now when it comes for b, it will check again. Okay, b is inside the object. No, it will initialize with 1 again. Then it will come for c. C is there. No, then it will initialize with 1 again. Then it will check c. So c is there. Yes, c is there. Then whatever the c value is there, I'm just incrementing by 1. So 1 plus 1, that's why it's coming 2. That's the concept. Now I'll check our polyfill is working or not in this example. Okay, I'll just use here create reduce method. Yes, it is working. We can see the same output, this and this. Yeah. So this is the exercise 2, and I'll take the last exercise, that is exercise 3. So in here, this is the list of students. So from this example, I have to find out whose course is average is highest, and I have to find out his name. Okay. So I'm taking initial value as an object. Here I have to find out the average. So average equals to, this is the current dot scores, right? Whatever the scores will come, I'll just try to reduce the value. I'm giving A, B, this and this, A plus B. So this is the accumulating all the scores here. Then I'm just dividing by core length. That means how many subjects. That is basically right. In here, I'm just giving this bracket. Yeah. So first I will check in this object the average is present or not. If it's present, then I'll check, okay, if that average has highest average or not. Okay. First I will check uh, the prev dot average. I'm giving average as a key is present or not. So first time it will not present, right? So initial I'll just give, okay, the average will be like A, and the name will be like whatever the name is there, cur dot name, and I have to return the prev always. So if average is there, means if this key is there, then I have to check whatever the current average, that is less than or not from this previous average. If it is less than, that means someone is there who got the average marks more than the previous average. Then the previous average will be the A, and the previous name will be also car dot name, right? Okay, now I can check here. Give me the whole total value by this dot length I would use. Yeah, we can see the average is 97.25, and the name is Krishna. So I can give the name here, right? In that way, Krishna. And I'm giving the D also. You can see this is the Krishna and this is the object of Krishna. If I'm giving 19 here, then I want to see whose has the average best score. It coming Hina. So Hina is having 92 as an average. If I'll do some changes here also, then see it's giving Avi. Avi has average score is 79.75. That is good. So in that way, we can find out the maximum average score from the students. Now I want to use the polyfill for this example. Create reduce. What it gives? It giving Krishna. I'll give D. Let's see. So that means our polyfill is working fine. So that's all for the polyfill session. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe. We'll meet you in the next session.